Hi Cancer, welcome to your love reading for August 2018. This is Elizabeth from channelguidance.com. Okay, I've already shuffled the decks. Let's go ahead and begin. This is for confirmation, but first let's get you 9 cards from this deck. This is a love reading for the sign of Cancer for August 2018. The first card is the 9 of Cups. Love reading for the sign of Cancer for August. The Hangman. Love reading for the sign of Cancer. Knight of Swords. Love reading for the sign of Cancer. The 8 of Swords. Love reading for the sign of Cancer for August. 6 of Cups. The Chariot. This is interesting because this card was at the bottom of the deck when I started shuffling. So it's kind of interesting that it's there again. Love reading for the sign of Cancer. 3 of Swords. The Sun. And the 4 of Swords. Interesting. What's the most important message that Cancer needs to hear as far as their love life for August 2018? Nice. You have the 10 of Cups. So this does represent happiness for you. This is a happily ever after. This could even be marriage. Okay, so we'll come back to this to see how it ties in with the rest of the reading. And like I said, when I was properly shuffling, I looked at the bottom of the deck. It was the Chariot. But also, this is the second time I do this reading because I start to cough. I had really bad allergies right now. And this card had jumped from the deck, and then I put it back. And when I pulled the cards, it came out exactly in this place. And now it is here again. So I feel like Cancer, you have something going on from the past. For this card to come up for you now 3 times. 3 times when I shuffled really well. And in the same exact spot. There's definitely like someone from the past reaching out to you. In some way, the past is returning. Let's see how it ties in with everything. Let's start at the top. Okay, so you have the 9 of Cups, the Hangman, and the Knight of Swords. So you start off with this energy of wishes. You know, the 9 of Cups is the wish card, something you want very much. But you have the Hangman there, Major Arcana, which means that you're kind of stuck as far as this wish. So I feel like this wish is probably, you know, you're wanting to be with the person that you love. Maybe it's someone new that you're interested in, or more than likely it's someone from the past that you want to reunite with, but you feel like it's just not happening. With the Hangman, this is being in limbo. Like, you know who you want, but it's just not happening and you don't know why. Look for that to change because you have the Knight of Swords. The Knight of Swords is like the Tower. Anything can change. So I feel like, there's unpredictable energy around something that's holding up your love life. So it could be, yes, it could be someone from the past that's not, they're not really coming around. You don't know what's going on. Maybe you're not in touch. But it can even be, someone new that you're interested in. There's a lot of, anything can happen in your love life, especially in those situations where you feel like you're stuck and you're not in the know. You don't know what's going on. But I feel like you very much know what you want when it comes to love. Like either, you're ready to settle down or you already met the person that you're deeply in love with. Okay, now the second row. The 8 of Swords, the 6 of Cups, the Chariot. So again, the 6 of Cups, it keeps following you around. You didn't get a chance to see it, but take my word for it. It came up. This is the 3rd time. So again, there is a strong energy from the past for the sign of Cancer that's kind of reaching out to you in some way. Because you have the 8 of Swords there, I feel like it's something really difficult. The 8 of Swords is, it's the feeling of feeling trapped. Perhaps someone wants to reach out to you from the past, but they don't really know how you're going to make things work. That would explain why the Hangman is there. That's why, that's why everything is like stuck. You're not seeing any type of movement, action. There's stuck energy around the past. There's, someone just doesn't know how you're going to make things work. With the 8 of Swords, it's all fear. No one's really holding anyone back. No one's trapped. There's just a lot of fear around someone from the past. But you do have the Chariot, which is the complete opposite of the Hangman and the 8 of Swords. There will be movement around this person from the past. And, the Chariot is also the victory card. So, whatever had been holding that person back, whether it's, fears, worries. Maybe they didn't know how they felt. The Chariot means there will be movement. There will be movement forward. There will be victory when it comes to someone from your past or an ex. This is just, you're able to move forward after having been stuck. Okay, now look at this bottom row. You've got the Three of Swords over here, the Four of Swords over here. Wow, with the Sun in the middle. A major arcana. The Sun's the most positive card in the entire deck, and it represents success. It says positive energy. There is a lot of happiness, even though someone was completely heartbroken. I mean, the Three of Swords, heartache. This is the breakup card, the divorce card. Maybe someone took some time away from you. The Four of Swords, this is someone that needs space. I mean, they go together. Three of Swords, Four of Swords. You were heartbroken because they needed that space, that time. Maybe nothing was going on with the Hangman being there. Maybe you didn't really know how you'd find your way back to each other with the Eight of Swords. It just kind of felt like there was no way out. There's positive energy around, someone who was completely heartbroken, or there's positive energy around breakups. Keep in mind that your main energy over here is a Ten of Cups. So, I mean, there will be happiness. So I feel like this is very significant. I keep going back to this card. It's very significant. This energy from the past, this person from the past. I feel like even though there was heartache, here, and maybe even time apart, I still see happiness here. And of course, amazing energy from the Sun. Okay, let's get a few more cards for you. What other messages are there for the sign of Cancer for August? You have the Seven of Swords. What other messages are there for the sign of Cancer for August? Two of Swords. Wow, Nine of Swords. So, I mean, there's a lot of swords here, and there's also one over here. Now you have the Eight of Swords and the Nine of Swords with the Six of Cups in the middle. But, I mean, all these swords cards are telling me that they're, even here, Knight of Swords, Seven of Swords, Two of Swords, Nine of Swords, Eight of Swords. Oh, let's not forget the party down here, the Three of Swords and the Four of Swords. I feel like, Cancer, you have a lot going on in your head right now. It seems like you're really kind of struggling with all these thoughts that you're having. Let's look at these three cards I pulled for you. The Seven of Swords. I mean, this is a difficult card. And it can represent deceit. I don't really see that many cards that could support that, unless, there was, a breakup, because you do have that energy down here. Unless, some of you broke up because someone was not being faithful. There's a possibility there. Maybe you broke up because someone was not being completely honest with you. Maybe it was not cheating. Maybe it had something to do with something else. And maybe you're struggling to decide. Here's that energy here. Struggling to decide whether you want to take them back. And there's a lot of worrying there with the Nine of Swords. A lot of anxiety. But the Seven of Swords does not have to be, cheating. It can just be that you have to be really careful. You have to be really careful. And this is about not lying to yourself, maybe, as far as like making a decision. It just seems like you're really worrying, with that Nine of Swords energy and all the swords cards in this reading, that there's a lot going on in your head right now, and it's really stressing you out. And I feel like some of you have some type of really, really difficult decision to make, and you want to think about this very carefully. Like, you don't want to shoot yourself in the foot with that Seven of Swords energy. You don't want to work against yourself, because I feel like some of you are really worried about something here with the Nine of Swords. You're imagining the worst. And this could have something to do, with this person from the past. It could have something to do with someone who broke your heart. I mean, I feel like you know what you want. You have the Nine of Cups. You know what you want. And of course, you have the Ten of Cups telling you that, happiness, this is your main energy, happiness. You could have that happily ever after. But it seems like it comes with, you having to make a decision. And don't make one that, that is actually working against you. Okay, let's get a few cards from the confirmation deck. What other messages are there for the sign of Cancer for August? Knight of Pentacles. Justice. And the Sun. What's the most important message that Cancer needs to hear from this deck as far as their love life for August 2018? The Ace of Swords. So clarity, truth. This can even be, you know, a change of mind. I don't always get this when I see this card. Somebody could be changing their mind. It could be this person from the past. Again, you know, I see the energy of somebody being completely heartbroken down here, or breakup, yet the most positive card is next to it. So it could be, you know, that someone has changed their mind about you, or you change their mind, you change your mind. But the Ace of Swords can also just be that somebody's finally seeing the truth. Maybe, you know what, this is how you get the Hangman out of the way. This period of limbo of being stuck here, and then stuck over here with the Two of Swords. It could be that you finally have that moment of clarity where you finally know what you want to do, what you have to do to be with the person that you love. So here, these last 3 cards that I pulled for you, I pulled 2 major arcanas. You have Justice here and the Sun. And this is a repeat card because the Sun, let's see, we have it here and then we also have it here. So, I mean, again, the most positive card, and you have it twice. So no matter what you have going on with your love life, there is positive energy around you. So if you're hoping to reunite with someone from the past, that can happen. If you're hoping to meet somebody new, that can happen. If you're hoping you can work out your differences with your existing partner, that can happen. This is just positive energy and success. You also have the Knight of Pentacles up here. This is just telling you that, you know, things will move forward slowly. There seems to be a lot going on with the sign of Cancer. I feel like you're really struggling with some things as far as your love life. You feel like you don't know what to do. There's a lot of worrying. There's stuck energy around your love life. But, you know, there is justice, which means that in the end, you will get what you deserve. And for some, yes, this can represent an apology, especially from someone from the past. Justice can mean someone will try to make things up to you. I mean, justice usually comes up when someone has treated you unfairly. And, you know, they want to apologize and they just want to make things up to you. And again, that would explain why you have the Sun 2 times. You know, it's a repeat card. But that would also explain why you have this energy down here. The 3 of Swords, which is the breakup card right next to the Sun. And then, of course, the 4 of Swords. So again, a breakup, someone just being completely heartbroken because maybe somebody left. Yet, I mean, the Sun 2 times, here they are. The Sun and the Sun surrounding a breakup. It's almost like there was a really devastating, painful breakup, but then there was like some type of fairy tale ending. I mean, here's your fairy tale ending right here. The 10 of Cups. A happily ever after is coming your way. And it could be because someone has finally had, you know, that aha moment. They finally see the truth. They're finally ready to take action. They're finally ready to stop living in fear. So let's go ahead and let's take a closer look at X's. I've been doing, for all the signs, I've been doing kind of a mini X spread. Let me go ahead and get that ready for you. I'm going to use this deck here. Let me just give it a quick shuffle. And we will look a little bit closer at those that are hoping to reunite with their ex. Show me the energies around Cancer and their ex. Show me the energy around Cancer and their ex. Show me the energies around Cancer and their ex. Show me the energies around Cancer and their ex. Show me the energies around Cancer and their ex. Okay, so let me get these out of the way. I'm going to keep these nearby. Let's see if anything repeats itself. Especially that 6 of Cups or the Sun, because I mean those were really strong messages for you. Okay, so again, we are looking at exes. Show me the energies around Cancer and their ex. Queen of Swords. Show me the energies around Cancer and their ex. Ten of Swords. Ten of Pentacles. Show me the energies around Cancer and their ex. Nine of Swords, which is a repeat card because this was in the 9-card spread. Show me the energies around Cancer and their ex. The Chariot, which I think also was in the 9-card spread. Cancer and their ex. Page of Pentacles. Okay, so let's stop here. And you do have some repeat cards. We're going to look at these really carefully. Here it is from the 9-card spread. We'll just put it there to kind of keep in mind that was a strong energy around you. Not only that, but you did have the Chariot. It's right here. So we will put that one right here. So you have the Chariot and the Chariot. These are really strong messages for you, for those that are hoping to reunite with an ex. Okay, so let's take a look, see what you have going on here. You have the Queen of Swords, the Ten of Swords, and the Ten of Pentacles. So there is someone there, someone who is an air sign, a Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius, male or female, sun, moon, or rising. You know, and it seems like, you know, I'm noticing you have two tens there, Ten of Swords, Ten of Pentacles. The tens have to do with endings, and you also have the Nine of Swords, and it's a repeat card, so it's a strong energy of endings, like time to move on. So I feel like those of you that have, an ex who is an air sign, or maybe you're also an air sign, if you have a moon or rising, the energy is kind of like leave the past in the past. Maybe that's why the Six of Cups kept coming up for you. The Ten of Swords is that energy of, yes, you were hurt, you were lied to, you were betrayed, stabbed in the back. It's probably why you had this card in the 9-card spread, Justice. You've not been treated well, but it's time to move on from that. Like it's time, because you do have the Ten of Pentacles telling you that now you can have that happiness. The Ten of Pentacles is stability. This is a relationship that is actually moving forward. This is a marriage card. This is, a relationship or a marriage with a lot of happiness and abundance around it. But there's a lot of tricky energy around it coming, because you have the Ten of Swords, but you also have the Nine of Swords, and this is a repeat card. So, again, a lot of anxiety, a lot of worrying about your love life. There's just something, when it comes to your ex, I feel like, you're worried. Maybe you're worried they're going to do, they're going to do it again, whether they, they lied to you or they just broke things off. Because you did have the Three of Swords. You did have the Three of Swords in the 9-card spread, so you could be really worried that, they're going to walk away from you again. You had the Three of Swords and the Four of Swords. So there's a lot of, worrying there with the Nine of Swords. Just kind of jumping over here. The Page of Pentacles is saying, look very carefully. I almost kind of feel like the Page of Pentacles could be telling you, look very carefully, maybe before you decide to walk away from your ex, or maybe look very carefully before you completely write them off. Because that Ten of Swords, again, it's a strong message that you've already been through your pain and you've been through the worst, and it's time. It's finally time for you to move on. And after the Ten of Swords is happiness, the Ten of Pentacles, finally stability. So the Page of Pentacles is saying, do your homework. Like, if you hear from an ex in the month of August and you're like, hell no, I'm not going to talk to that person again after what they did, you may want to think very, very carefully. Even if you don't trust them, because I feel like you don't trust them right here. Like, you're imagining the worst. You think, I'm just going to get played again. It's going to be the same story. That page is saying, well, before you decide that, look very carefully. Give them the benefit of the doubt. Because, you do have the Chariot 2 times. Strong energy of victory. Maybe things didn't work out the first time. Maybe there were lies. Maybe someone did let you down. Maybe someone did, ask for some space, or just, retreated from the relationship. Here it is, the Four of Swords. But this time, the Chariot is here, kind of as a repeat card for you. This is not only victory, it's movement. It's a major arcana, so it's significant movement in your relationship with your ex. I feel like there will be a lot of worrying. I mean, you'll be trying to figure out, can you trust them? You know, are they gonna hurt you again? Are you really gonna have a sense of stability? I see it there with the Ten of Pentacles. But I feel like some of you may be so worried about what happened in the past, or maybe even just worried that things won't work out. As some of you could choose, you know, could be thinking of just, you know, moving on. Maybe writing them off, as I said, with the Page of Pentacles, is saying, look at this very carefully. Like, really look at your history with this person. Look at your feelings for them, their feelings for you. There is a strong energy of victory around relationships as far as exes. Maybe, again, it didn't work the first time for whatever reason, but with a Chariot here 2 times, it can work the second time around. But just kind of watch out for this. Because I feel like if you do have, you know, an ex that's trying to come back into the picture, I mean, your mind will be playing tricks on you. You saw how many Swords cards you had in the 9-card spread. That's all mental energy. I mean, maybe your ex is not even an air sign. You have the Queen of Swords. It could just be that is the energy that you're in, you know, even though you're a water sign. The Queen of Swords is very, very mental. She thinks very logically, rationally, and she does not deal well with emotions. She just likes to analyze. She's very emotionally distant. Even though Cancer is, you know, you're a water sign, so you're very emotional, not when you're hurt. Cancer usually retreats when they're hurt, so it could be that is what you've done. So I feel like just kind of keep an open mind. I feel like there's a lot on your mind. Keep an open mind around an ex that maybe is trying to apologize, because I did see that in the 9-card spread. Keep an open mind, because I feel like some of you could be very, very hesitant in trusting or wanting an ex back. Okay, Cancer, this has been your love reading for August 2018. Hope you enjoyed it, and I will speak to you again next month.